Woo! Alright, you're off a little too far that way. Come towards me. There we go.
Oh, wow.
There we go. Hey! Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. How's everybody doing? Isn't that a cool name? I like the Can't Afford Morel. Popcorn is ready.
I can afford anything.
I have JL Audio 5
Hey, David.
series.
What's
There
up?
you go. St. Louis in the house. Indy's in the house. Northern India checking in. Indiana, not India.
Indiana.
I mean, that would be cool, too. Balmy 86. Yeah, I know. You guys get, like you guys get weather there that is just like the northern people, you guys get weather that is really unique just to you that we don't get. I guess our weather is unique just to us, I should say.
Right.
So, and this year actually hasn't been too bad so far. I mean, it's only May. It's like it really starts to suck next month.
Trinidad.
So, I installed a key, and
Hi
there's
from
a
Germany.
scratchy whine. Thinking it may be a background, but wanted to ask you guys. We never get a scratchy sound or a scratchy whine. No, never have that problem.
Never.
I would just check your ground. Also check all your connections. If you used RCAs, make sure you check those. Make sure that it's a nice and tight, good RCA. Germany in the house. Did you already say that one?
Yep.
California. MO. Atlanta. Airport.
ATL.
Waiting on a layover.
Cancun. Mexico.
God.
We're talking about Cancun.
Oh, I know, right? That's a great joke. Have you ever heard that one?
No.
Okay, I won't tell you now, but I'll tell you later. Scottsdale, what's going on?
Vegas.
Goodyear. Now, for those of you guys that have been playing along with us all week on Instagram, know that we were supposed to give away a Morel shirt today, and we didn't get an opportunity to go on because today got away from us like so fast. It was like we were in a boat and we fought that sailfish all day.
Yeah.
And at the very end, the line broke.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna give it away right now.
We're gonna give it away tonight, not right now, because we want to give everyone an opportunity to tune in and get ready, get settled. So at some point during the show, we'll go on and we'll give it away. So that'll be fun.
Sounds good.
So that'll be the fifth and final shirt. Good evening, Dean and Fernando from upstate New York, Buffalo,
I
Houston.
like the wings like that.
The wings?
Yeah.
Oh, Buffalo wings?
Yeah.
Oh, you need help, man. 3 more weeks to Slimology. Oh,
I
okay.
know.
Really? I didn't even know that was
you're not
coming.
going?
I
Good.
didn't know anything about it. It wasn't on my calendar, man. Tacoma, Washington in the house. California. If you have a car without component tweeters, would you ever bother with a DSP? Keep in mind, a DSP isn't just... A DSP is multiple things. There's 4 things in a DSP that make something a DSP. And regardless of what speakers you have or what system you have, you're going to be able to benefit from some part of a DSP. So, for example, the most popular thing that a DSP is comprised of, that everyone I think assumes a DSP is time alignment. Like, I feel like that's the #1 feature that everyone just goes, it's got time alignment, it's a DSP.
No, I think it's more like...
I don't think they think
I don't understand the DSP. That's what I don't go with the DSP.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, I feel like most people associate DSP with time alignment of some kind. Like, if you have a DSP, you have to time align. That's not the case. You have crossovers in a DSP, full suite of crossovers that are way better than anything you have from a radio or an amplifier. You have an EQ, which to me is the most important thing in the DSP, is the equalizer, the ability to tune every speaker individually. And some DSPs tune them in pairs, tune them in groups, which is priceless. I mean, you can do a much better job tuning your speakers with the DSP than you can with a radio.
As soon as you say tuning, like...
People do get nervous.
Like, oh, man,
but there again, you
I just want to turn the gain up and down. That's it.
Well, then you don't want a DSP. And then, of course, the other thing is level control, which is the ability to control the level of every speaker. And that becomes very helpful, too. Like, someone gave a great example the other day. We were talking about a Jeep. And, like, the sound bar is typically really loud in a Jeep. Being able to level control that instead of using the fader, because we all know that if the... Yeah, I know, right? If the fader is anything other than centered, we might not be able to exist in our day, whereas you can go into level control and turn them down and or turn something up and keep your fader in the middle. So there again, there's a lot to it. So if any of those things sounded appealing to you, then by all means pick yourself up a DSP and have some fun with it. Because after all, it's all about the fun.
It's all about the fun. I have a question. I have a 2007 Chevrolet Tahoe, and I'm installing a Kenwood Exelon DNR 1007.
Okay.
I want to retain my Bose stereo and want to add a Toslink optical output into the DMA10.
All right, so we're adding in a Kenwood radio.
Yes.
And we want to retain what now?
I want to retain my Bose stereo. I'm thinking about all the speakers.
All right, so he wants to add a... What radio did he want? You said he wanted to add a radio.
He want to add, yes, Kenwood Excellent DNR 1007. Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Head unit.
Right.
I want to retain my Bose stereo. So
I'm thinking he wants to retain his Bose amplifiers and speakers.
Right, but
Okay.
then add the Toslink optical
to the DMA10.
to the DMA10.
None of that
I
question
understand.
makes sense. I
No.
feel like there's way too much goofy stuff going on in that.
Right. So changing the radio, changing the radio and retain all the Bose.
Almost impossible to do.
It's just like
because no one really makes an adapter for that. Okay, I take that. Metro may have an adapter for that one.
I mean, I'm
but
gonna
then
say,
why would you do an 810?
No, I mean without the 810, just changing the radio. Boom. All right, cool.
I mean, if you want to keep the factory radio, you can do an Amp Pro. Oh, I'm sorry, no, it's a 20. What year was it?
I mean, it's a 2007 Tahoe.
Oh. Well,
So.
What?
What do you want to keep the
I have no idea.
Existing?
All right,
Yeah.
moving on. I can fade and level control my sound bar. Ooh, that was just an example. There's a lot of things.
Those packs still make the TR12 relay. What do you recommend for multiple relay connections?
They don't make the TR12. They've pretty much done away with all that stuff. They went back to the original, whatever that was. Check out the Metra or Access, which is the same company, Trigger. So it's basically it's their version of that. So
California.
It's got a much easier name. It's just called the Trigger.
Yeah. Do you recommend using the factory stereo on my 2019 Chevy Silverado High Country 6.2 Bose system?
I mean, you can.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, if when it comes to your radio, if it does everything you want it to do, well, then you keep it. If it does nothing you want it to do, then you replace it. I mean, it's one of those weird things. If they make an adapter for it or they don't, if you want a big radio in the dash, get a big radio in the dash. There's no reason not to. Appointments available. Honestly, I have no idea what the schedule looks like. I have no idea, man. We're just here and we just take keys.
We just work here.
Yeah, that's all, Paul, man. Sorry. Yeah. Do you recommend mac and cheese with weenies or mac and cheese with bacon? Bacos. Oh, Bacos for sure. Bacon mac and cheese. I'd much rather have that. Do customers ever ask to hear Fernando's car? They can ask all they want. There's usually nothing to hear though.
No.
Because it's usually between jobs. We get done filming whatever it is we're filming, and then usually it halfway comes apart to get ready for whatever we're filming next. Like right now, we're halfway filmed on the Ground Zero stuff that's going in there, so there's really not much to hear per se.
No, not really. Now people comes over here and they don't. I never heard like, hey, can we go to your car and listen to it? No, nothing like that.
How many watts power do I have to bump up to 4-gauge wire? I don't. The easiest way to answer that question would be just type in power wire calculator. Kicker has one on their sites. A lot of stuff do. When you type it in on Google, it's going to come up with a power wire calculator. Can you type in power wire calculator real quick?
Yeah, of course.
And we'll show you what we mean by that. What it's going to do is it's going to give you the size of wire and then the feet. There you go. Click on images. Yep, perfect. You know how to use Google. That is crazy.
Hang on.
Pretty crazy.
It's going.
Hey, let me show you a shortcut. Hold on. Here, let's just do this. Hold on. Oh, let me get in here. Give me some elbow room, man.
You just want to copy that. No,
hold on. Relax. Do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you just put it up there.
Yep. As soon as it decides to, yes, we're not going to use you. Go away. No, it's just a new feature they put in here that's really stupid. All right, so now we can go.
Not that.
Somebody's been playing with her. All right, so.
Perfect.
Okay. So here's a power wire calculator. This is basically what it looks like. On the side there, you can see the amperage. So this goes from 0 to 300 amps of current. And then you look at the feet, which are across the bottom. So 0 to 4 feet, 4 feet to 7 feet, 7 feet to 10 feet, etc. And then it will show you the size of the wire. When you're looking at a 4-gauge wire, that's the light blue one right down the center. A 4-gauge wire with the 16 to 19 feet, which is about the average run in a car, is good for between 105 to 125 amps of current. Now, if you want to figure out wattage, then you could easily just do, you could do some Ohm's law action on there.
Easily.
And figure out how much wattage you're going to be drawing at that, and or just look at the amplifier you're interested in and see what its current draw is. Every amplifier will have that information available to you.
Oh, Fernandez, what's up,
there you
man?
Go. I like the VXI. I think it's a wonderful amplifier.
Right.
Have you ever tried 5-Star Pizza in Clearwater? No. Didn't even know it existed.
I didn't know. Which
will feed into my A10.
All right, I'm trying to figure it out how to get digital optical out of my Kenwood.
Why? Why? The only reason you'd want a digital optical out of your Kenwood is if the DAC in the Kenwood sucked. It doesn't. It's actually a really good DAC that you want to use. So that's it. You know, that's what you're trying to do here. Everyone assumes if you run fiber, it's like, oh, hey, cool, I don't have to worry about noise and all that other fun stuff. You can still get noise because you'll get it from the product itself. You know, like bad ground, loose ground, bad whatever RCA is going out to the amplifier. And you're relying on the DAC inside of that processor to do all the processing for you. Now, the A10 has a great processor. There's no doubt about it, or DAC, I should say. But the Kenwood also has an excellent DAC and will decode everything wonderfully. So there isn't really a way to do it because you're going to have to go Kenwood, internal DAC to analog, out of the analog to an external DAC, which if you buy some cheap thing on Amazon for like 30 to 50 bucks, it's going to suck. It's not going to be as good as what you just did because now you're going to have to take analog to digital, so you have to buy that, and it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't even waste my time with it. That's my thought on that. But anyways.
So I'm installing a DM608 and the Civic 2019. Should I first auto EQ, check the highest frequency, then use that as a test on to set my gains? Should I use maximize lights?
Yeah.
In and out on the DM and on the 608.
Yeah, that would work. You could do that. The thing you got to keep in mind, man, is that when you're playing with EQ, all right, you don't necessarily need to try to get every single bit an inch of power out of your amplifier. Not getting all the power out of the amplifier isn't a bad thing, okay? So like when we had Jeff here, one of the things he talks about and works wonderfully is he starts with everything at he reduces everything 6 dB, okay? So that he has room in the end. If he wants to boost, he can. So if you gain everything up in the front, the only thing you can do on a DSP is cut. You can't boost anything. So, and also at the end, if it's not loud enough, like you're like, oh man, well, you're screwed. You've already maximized everything at the beginning. So what am I saying? Maybe wait till the end. That, or don't get so greedy on the gain control and just kind of like let it do its thing.
Does DSR1 have connecting issues? Did Rockford just forget these units?
So there's 3 updates you have to do when you're doing a DSR1.
It's no issues, it's just an update.
So, hold on.
Did you install car alarms? No.
Yeah, 2020.
That was quick.
Yeah, we finally said no to the car alarms. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's like a dream of mine finally came true.
If I come and I say I got $1,500, can you install a basic?
No.
$2,000.
Still no.
$3,000.
No.
$4,000.
You can say whatever you want. I don't have to do one. I'm not going to. I'm going to go home. Let me just get out of here. Okay, why isn't this app launching?
Because it's broke.
It might be. Oh, come on, man. Seriously?
I know.
It's just been that day.
It is that day, yes.
There we go.
Which one will be better, Nakamichi or Dayton DSP 4.8? Oof, man.
The Nakamichi.
Nakamichi, definitely.
They're very similar, but the Nakamichi is
software
a little bit more refined.
Similar, but yeah, Nakamichi has a better
processor, better chip.
Yes, it is.
All right, hold on.
What the DAC are you babbling
about? Are you talking? Yeah, what the DAC are you talking about? Yeah, that's funny. All right, hold on. Let's go over here to the laptop, and so we're running this in demo mode. This is the web desktop updater. Yep, I'm working on it. Hold on. There we go. So now it's nice and big. I gotta charge this. All right. If you'll notice when we did that, this box here on the bottom that says reflash embedded device, this is the most important part. So essentially what happens is once you plug your DSR1 in, you immediately do that flash. That's like the first thing you do when you put the unit in. You reflash this, then you move on to this. If you haven't checked to see if the Rockford software is updated, if you have a Windows machine, then you're rocking and rolling, because the Rockford side of the update can only be done on a Windows machine. And I do recommend everyone that I have ever done has come out of date. So you always have to do that Rockford. I do the Rockford last because it's just a software update. But you can do that first. It really doesn't matter. But on the iData side, make sure you do both of these, and then that will fix any connection issues you have with the Bluetooth. But that's it. Once you've done all that, like, we use them a lot, they're pretty solid. As far as Rockford, the second part of the question, Rockford forgetting about them. No, Rockford hasn't forgot about them. It's just right now with the chip shortage, not that they used the AKM chip, they actually used a Texas Instruments chip, I believe, but they're very hard to get their hands on also, meaning they're in the wind because everyone that was using AKM automatically switched to them, and so they weren't ready for that either. So they don't have them, so there's really, yeah. But I'm with you as far as I was expecting a little bit more interaction, a couple more updates, because I'm still waiting for a password in there that they haven't done yet. So cheap and easy alarm is a pit bull in a car. That's fine.
All right, so do I have to use zero gauge for the audio control LC 5.1300, or can I use 2 or 4 gauge? You can use 2 or 4 gauge.
Yeah. The reason why it comes with a 0 gauge on it, there again, depending on the length that you're trying to do, which we showed you the power wire calculator.
Yep.
Also, which it falls into that category of 16 to 19 feet, as well as the amperage draw is fine. The reason why it has the 0 gauge input on it is if you were going to be running it at 2 ohm every channel, which no one ever will, but if you were that guy, I would recommend a 2 or 0 gauge wire. But it's also built off of the same platform as the D6-1200, which is built off the same platform as the 1500.1. So it uses a lot of the same chassis components, so they just automatically put the 0 gauge on it. So there you go.
All right, Preston has a question.
Yes.
Have you guys ever installed aftermarket speakers and amplifiers on a 2014 Jeep Wrangler 2-door? If you so, what brand?
I mean, yeah. It's kind of
No,
like
I'm
our
just saying,
thing.
yeah.
We do a
So,
lot of Jeeps.
I would definitely recommend you to go after this show and check the playlist on the videos about the Jeeps.
Just type in Jeep Wrangler.
Jeep Wrangler, and you will see everything.
Tons. One of the most popular speakers we do previously in the Jeep Wranglers were the Rockford Fosgate Power Series
The
speakers.
T2s?
The T2 specifically because it has a titanium tweeter in it, and it is very loud. So if you have a Jeep, like everyone else has a Jeep with big ass tires on it and a top that flops in the wind, and or has more air leaks in it than possible, you need something that's like super, like fills that void, and that's what we go with. As far as amplifiers, if it's a 2-door, you're kind of tight on space for that, but we also do a lot of the times, we will do a marine amplifier in there because it's a Jeep, chances are it's going to get moist. So, yeah.
All right, could I go passive For my Mili Pros, 110 watts RMS components, my Hertz amp gives 260 RMS bridge or 85 regular. Should I go active or passive? It's 5 watts less on an amplifier or overpowering with the bridging.
I'm sorry, I was reading the zero gauge for a D1300 if doing an ACM 2.300. So if doing both amplifiers, yes, the zero gauge to distribution block would be fine. Okay.
Alright, passive or active? It's 110 watts. The amplifier give you 260 bridge or regular to 85. Should I go passive or active?
Ooh, that's a great question. And that one stumps us every now and then too. So the sum of the question is, do I put a whole bunch of power through a passive crossover onto some components, or do I go active and have less power, technically the same power, but less power to them, but more control? It's a tough one, because depending on the customer, we'll go either way on that one. If the guy comes in and he's like, bro, I want this thing lit, we're going to bridge the amp, go through the passive crossovers, and just drive just put that 200 whatever wattage to those. We love to do that with a set of Focal Flax. We'll bridge an amplifier on them and just put Mondo power to them so that they just scream. Because they're not necessarily concerned with the other side of that, which is level control and timing and super duper fine-tuned, EQ'd, and stuff like that. They want it to be loud. So if you're chasing the dragon, bridge it, go through the passives, blast yourself out of the car. If you're trying to be a little bit more refined and sip, pinkies out, however that goes, then go the other way. In the end, you're going to be happy. So it's really just something to play with.
All right, I love the channel. I'm in Australia. I bought a JBL Bass Hub Pro.
Yeah.
Bass Pro. I love your review. Thank you. But it's too deep for my spare.
Yeah.
You have any experience with the Serving Vega? It's a shallow mount.
It's the exact same subwoofer.
Same thing.
It's the exact same thing. Literally the exact same.
Yeah. So the first one we actually had the opportunity to grab,
Vega.
that was the Serving So
yeah,
then JBL, of course.
Yeah. Hindenburg or the Titanic. Do you know what they both are, first off?
The Titanic? Okay, yes.
And the Hindenburg.
No.
The dirigible. Remember we had the whole day on dirigibles?
Yes.
Okay. And then the cover of Led Zeppelin? We talking about Zeppelin? Okay, so the Hindenburg.
Yes. Okay, I know. I got it now. Yes, I got it now.
When you guys wonder what we talk about when their cameras aren't on,
there you go. That's it.
We talk about fun stuff like that. We literally did like a 4-hour day talking about dirigibles, blimps, the Hindenburg, Led Zeppelin, the cover and the whole thing, and how it get. So yes. So the question is.
So what's the question?
Which one? Which one? Which one do you prefer, the Titanic or the Hindenburg? Both are disasters. So which one do you think is? I guess. So one, you slowly drown and freeze to death.
Yes.
Or two, you burst into flames and die instantaneously.
I think instantaneously.
Instantaneously?
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to
drown.
I don't want to suffer.
I mean, you're going to suffer either way, but I feel with the, because it was hot enough to melt steel, so I'm
That's
pretty
what
sure.
I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure skin and bone ain't going to hurt nothing. It's going to be like, you're gone.
Yeah. Is
Led
the
Zeppelin 1,
Shellman
best album ever. There you go.
Similar sound quality. Yes, it's going to be.
CV?
CV.
No, RT. Is the shallow mount CV similar quality? No.
CV. What is the CV?
The CV is the funky looking one, the first one. CVT.
That's the kicker one.
Yeah, wasn't that? I mean, that's what.
No, we're talking about the.
What are we talking about?
The JBL and the.
Okay, sorry.
Serving Vega.
My bad. I thought we were talking about. Oh, the Serving Vega.
Yeah, so
gotcha.
this is like similar.
Sorry, it was traumatic right there. My bad. I was totally lost. Hey, from Ontario. Let's get back into it.
What's up?
Do you ever get free install at Best Buy? They suck. Oh, don't ever get free install. I was gonna say.
I don't think it's a free install. They charge you in the end of the day.
Well, we usually fix them anyway, so what does it matter?
Oh, man.
Thank you too for the information and teaching. I finished my daughter's Fiat with 2 kicker keys. She's happy. Knuckles are cut and all that. Yeah, I know. Bleeding here too. All right, where are we at?
All right, what do you think about trying 2 huge 15s or 18s in the 1997 Civic?
I'm an 18. I like bigger.
Really?
Man. Yeah, I would rather.
I got
go.
2 15s and the Accord. L7s.
I'd do an 18. I just think 18s are just so cool.
Nice.
A guy wrote, I would rather listen to Led Zeppelin than watch the Titanic. I'm with him on that.
Dude,
I mean, I've watched that once. And
what is your problem with Titanic? I love Titanic. Jack. I don't understand why.
Yes,
she did.
Exactly.
All right, let's share the freaking table or the door
and
or whatever.
That's the bad part because it's not even like it's not even like it's.
It's not. That was not.
It was a real thing that happened, and people survived it.
Yes.
So like he could have survived it if they would have just.
Well, I don't understand. It's a huge freaking boat, whatever it is. Is no more doors in there?
That was the only door.
That was the only door.
That was the only door.
There you go. She got lucky.
Trio or JL audio? Oh, that's a funny one. But no, JL W7. If the install is free, where is the installer's motivation to do a quality job? Or,
what?
Yeah, no, they're talking about the thing, and that brings up a good point. Do a good job and not tear your stuff up. Oh no, you're 100%. But I think the install. I don't know how their pay structure is set up. So that I guess really depends on that. Dude, I need a haircut. My stuff's gone crazy. Of course, I was doing a lot of this today, so I was like,
you're pulling out what you don't have.
Yes, this was one of those days where it was just like, oh my god, really? Come on. And then I realized I had goo all over my hands, so I was like, ah! That was like the ultimate hair gel. That just, We had a liquid crystal display actually leak out its liquid, and it was really disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure we have some form of gooey cancerous stuff on our hands down.
That's crazy that the screens had that.
ILX head unit is badass. It's a beast. We do recommend going into the crossover and turning some of it down though, because it distorts really fast if you don't. It's a hot amplifier, man. Hey, Dita Fernando, do customers ever ask for loud SPL setups for the shop? Yes.
Well, people comment, is like, hey.
So we don't do a lot of them in the install bay, but okay, so we call it speaker by the pound. All right, so that's what loudspeakers are. So from now on, we're just going to refer to them as speakers by the pound, or whatever acronym you'd like to associate with that. Paul sells a ton of speakers by the pound. It's a whole, like, we have a lot of smaller independent shops from what we would say down south that do a ton of business for clients that buy speakers by the pound. So he sells a ton of it. We don't get a lot of that here. We've done a couple cars for people. Like I know we did the Tacoma for your customer. But they're, again, nowhere near like 16 tweeters and 500 mid-range or anything like that. It's just not really what we're specializing in. There's a lot of people in this area that do that work, so we would just refer somebody to one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not worth it for us to get involved in it most of the time. Gummy worms or gummy bears? I'm not a gummy guy. I don't like gummies. You like gummies?
I like gummies.
Really?
Yes. I love gummies, man.
So we used to take gummy worms, suck on them, and then throw them up on the ceiling. That was the only thing we ever had any fun with those.
Yeah.
I'm an installer for Best Buy, and we get paid hourly regardless. There you go. See, I was wondering. Thank you for clearing that up for me.
All right, so hang on.
Hold on, let me finish reading that. Regardless of the amount of jobs or what jobs are free to customers. So there you go. Best Buy employee, thank you for chiming in and letting us know. And keep in mind, I'm going to defend Best Buy here and say that not all Best Buy installers are bad. It's a trade-off. Just like not all specialty independent retailer installers are good. Just because you work in one place does not make you better than the other place. So there are plenty of Best Buy guys out there that are top-notch, badass installers, regardless of whether they work at Best Buy or not. Just like there's plenty of installers, as you know, that work at independent retailers that suck and wouldn't even be hired by Best Buy. So to be fair, you can't just be like, hey.
You can judge for that, no.
So
because
if
we
you
have
had
many
a bad
friends.
experience, well, I mean, it's just like if you have a bad experience, yes, but you can't condemn the whole place like a Best Buy. I had a bad cheeseburger at McDonald's. I hate every McDonald's.
No.
No, you don't. You hate that McDonald's. You'll go across the street to the other McDonald's because you know that chances are good that one sucked today, but I still want that cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my analogy, and thank you for watching.
All right, El Fernandez, thank you for the 20, man. Dean.
I used to fish with gummy worms. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Why not?
Sorry.
All right, so
Sorry.
Dean,
I'm gonna do this.
what is your average sleep time a week?
Man, that's a wonderful question. And so, if you notice, we've changed install diaries to where it's 10 minutes long. And there's no other reason for that if I can get a video in 10 minutes, I can typically be in bed between 1:30 and 2 o'clock every morning. Someone was complaining this week because yesterday's video, like I didn't go through and edit in the last few minutes of the RCA portion of it. And it wasn't that I didn't want to do it, I wanted to do it, but the thing was is I was pushing that I have to be in bed by 2 o'clock because I get up at 8:15, so there's a certain amount of hours I need to sleep in order to function as a human being. Now, my sleeping sucks because most of the time it involves sleeping out on the couch because there's a lot of noise in my room that I just can't sleep through. I can't wear earplugs because the tinnitus in my ears gets like super loud. Like it's just screaming most of the time, so so the average night is between 2 and 8:15 in the morning is how that works.
All right, whoever has the Toyota Avalon question, if they can type it again, I can find it. I'm trying to, but
as your phone goes up,
I can.
Are you doing a t-shirt trivia tonight? Yes, we are, and it's right at a half hour.
Yeah,
so
let's go.
I have a Master Passion Car Audio, so I try my best to have the most professional job possible for each customer. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Thank you very much. And that was our Best Buy employee, Woke66.
There you go. 3 minutes in, guys.
Well,
all right.
Jake's show will be back with Fro from Stereo King on Thursday for the review of Foot Fist Way. 100% El Fuego. It will be. Hi-Fi Vega's son was graduating this Thursday, so we gave him the day off. And I'm not going to lie, thank God, because my day went sideways so fast, it would have been terrible. So things work out in the end, but yes, Fro will be on Thursday at 9:45 or whenever the show starts. That's the other thing I got to fix this week.
There you go.
I got to put the time up. All right, so we're going to give a shirt away.
That's right.
Do you know what we're going to ask?
Yes.
All right, so for those who don't know, all this week we've been giving away, we had 5 Morel shirts to give away. 4 of them have been given away. We gave the first 4 away on Instagram. We were supposed to give the other one today away on Instagram. We ran out of time. We're going to do it now. Only one person is going to win, and that's it. So there's not 5 to give away. 4 are gone. We have 1 left. Morel is going to send them to you directly. They will not be coming from me. I'm just waiting for this last winner so that I can email them off to Natasha and get your guys' orders filled. They have all shirt sizes, so it doesn't matter if you're skinny or big. Whatever works. We are located in Clearwater, Florida. All right. Fernando has a question.
Wow, breathe.
Yeah, hold on. Let me escape from here.
All right.
Let me try to escape from here.
So, you got it?
I don't know what I got. Hold on. I'm going to try to get back to that page.
There you go.
All right.
All right, so the question is, what colors are the shirts that Morel sent us?
Ooh, wow, okay. Okay.
And I say colors, not one color.
Oh, so that was an El Fernandez question.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, El Fernandez. They're not gray. Oh, sorry, shouldn't have said that.
Colors. It gotta be
the solid color, meaning like this shirt is gray, this is dark gray, that's light
with
gray.
Red.
Oh, you want all the colors?
Yes.
Oh, so there's.
Yeah. Hey, come on, guys.
Hold on. I think we got it right here.
Where?
This guy right here. I think he was first. Yeah, I think he was first. All right, let me take a screenshot.
Yes, he was. He is the winner.
All right, so the correct answer was white and gold. Daniel
Ardiente.
Thank you.
Ooh,
you were first. Thank you for playing, everyone. So there you go.
Danielle,
I need you to send me an email with your name, address, cert size to carstereotalk@yahoo.com. Everyone else, please do not send me anything. I'll throw you into the not going to win anything ever again in your life page. But thank you guys so much for playing, and thank you, Morel, for supplying us with 5 shirts to give away to you guys, and of course, I can't wait to use the backpack. I've been thinking about that.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I'm definitely switching for Knowledge Fest. And
Oh,
just
yeah?
See well, I figured
it.
that would be the weekend that I can, like, see if I can survive with that, and if I can, then
Ooh,
I'm
that's gonna be tough because
know.
we have a lot of stuff.
I know, it's pretty rough. All right, back to the, I got a 2015 Avalon. Oh my god.
There you go.
I know, it just moved.
Where is it?
2015 Avalon, the JBL factory system. I'm gonna put a whole new system, amp, subs, DSP. What do I do to maintain my factory radio? Okay, so when you have an Avalon and a JBL system, you have 2 options for integration. One, you can go with an Amp Pro. So you can go to pack-audio.com and type in your make, model, and year, and they will list the corresponding Amp Pro, which I think is the TY13 Mark II, if memory serves correct, or the T1. Either way, you have a Pack Amp Pro. Or if you just want to skip the step and go right into a DSP, you can go with the iData and get the DSR1 and the corresponding T harness, which is going to be TO2 or 3. Now, you also have the option too, if you're going to go iData, is going with the corresponding harness, the AR, which is this blue box right here, and then you can come over here to this, which does come with the blue box, which is the Kenwood Exelon PXR 606 DSP. It is a 6-channel 100-watt DSP built in with 4 DSP channeled out. So it's a 10-channel DSP with 6 channels of internal power. That works really well as a front stage, meaning tweeter, mid bass. Then you can have a small amplifier for the rear and or a bigger amplifier for the mid bass and use channels 5 and 6 for the rear. And also add in a subwoofer. They make the 1000, which is also very similar to that. Or if you're just going to do one sub, you could just get into, let's say, a 4-channel amplifier, and or a really neat thing to do, which would be to take that amplifier, the 606, and the 902.5. Take the 902.5 and bridge it to the 2 front mid bass. Take the 5th channel and put that on the subwoofer, and do 1 and 2 tweeters, 3 and 4 mid-range, 5 and 6 rear. That would be really cool too. So that would also be an AR compatible amplifier. You wouldn't need the DSR1 because the DSP is built into this. It's all controlled on your phone. We do have a video up, a couple of them up, I think, talking about this amplifier if you want to check that out. And of course, the third option would be to go with something like a Audison Nove. Bit Nove is a 7-channel DSP that is iData compatible. So you could do there again corresponding harness, the AR, and the Bit Nove, and or go right into a Prima or a Forza. So Audison is also in the camp.
7 channels in?
It's 7 channels out.
No, I think that was 9 channels.
No, it's 7. Oh, it is 9.
No.
I'm sorry, it's 9. My bad.
9 channels. I'm
Right.
like,
it's odd. It's an odd number. So it's, my bad. It's 9.
you're just taking 3 channels out.
I don't know. Yeah, you don't get the extra 2 channels. So it's 9 channels of DSP, which is what you want for that car, is 9 channels of DSP if you're going to go full active. So the DSR1 is only 8 channels. So you would either have to negate the rear speakers or combine 2 of the speakers, meaning just do front rear sub or front mid and tweet together on 1 channel. So there you go. The reason why the Nove is cool is because it's 9 channels. Therefore, you can do front tweet, front mid bass, rear, and sub. It has 9 channels. Also on the Forza and the Prima, they're also 9-channel DSPs, whereas the Kenwood is a 10-channel DSP. Now, if you go with the Pack Amp Pro, it's 6 channels of RC output and also the ability to add in a Tosh link if you want to go to an external DSP. Of course, with the Amp Pro, you can use any DSP you want, but the factory amplifier does have to stay in the car because that's just how it works. Whereas when you go AR, any form of AR capability, the factory DSP, factory amplifier does come out as not retained. So. All
right, Ben Mercado, thank you for the 20, man. He said, "What's up, guys? Great show so far, by the way."
Still waiting on my DM link so I can ditch the DSR. I know, right? It's right here. This is the DM link. This is what you're waiting on. They have them. They're just waiting for the finalization on the software. But there it is. Look at that DM link right there. Ooh, I know, right? So they didn't even have a piece of paper.
All right.
All right.
World 66. Thank you for the 10, man. I just want to give a huge shout out and thanks to you guys. I happened to watch a few of you videos the morning I went to take my MECP certification test and learn a few things that helped me into the test.
Man, kudos to you for having the time to take the test. I'm anxious. So at Knowledge Fest, which is going to be in Orlando the end of June for anyone that's in industry, anyone that's not, I'm sorry. They're going to have an MECP something. I don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But I think I might go to it because what I'm hoping it is him talking about the new MECP program, which I'm hoping that's what it is because MECP has changed a lot. One of the biggest problems with MEC, it's Mobile Electronics Certification Program, that anyone can take. You don't have to be anyone that wants to learn about car audio. The problem with it was you had to buy a phone book, carry it around with you, and read the phone book. Well, I mean, seriously, even the phone book has gone on your phone. So they have somebody else bought it, and they've been changing the whole structure. So now everything is internet-based, which is super exciting. You don't need to carry a book anymore, and it's like, that'd be wonderful.
You can study whatever you want.
I know, so that means downtime in the bathroom.
All right, Pioneer D1004. Compact inline amplifier. Just a T-harness needed.
Okay.
Keep going into protect mode at 50% volume on a factory head unit.
Okay.
But completely fine on a Kenwood head unit. Any reason why? Car is a VW Golf 2011.
You're just overloading the input section of the amplifier. I mean, you're just putting too much sound into it. It's a high level, low level thing. It doesn't like what you're doing. So,
all right.
Hey, DIY audio guy.
What's up?
I think it would be fun to do MECP. Your idea of fun and my idea of fun are not the same thing. Yeah, Best Buy stopped requiring it for auto techs. Yeah, I know.
Oh, really? They stopped?
Well, like I said, the whole thing changed. So it was like 6 months there. You couldn't even do anything. So
everything changed from the car audio. They moved to the computers. The computers moved to car audio, and then
and checking and savings. And
Have you ever installed Hertz Cento 6.5 components? I don't have really any experience with Hertz, and I was curious on in your opinion.
Sorry, one more thing. On that Pioneer D4004, one of the main problems with that amplifier is there's no gain control.
Yeah.
So there's no way for you to adjust its ability to do anything. So that's one of the reasons why you're having a problem. It's a nice little amp and it's got a lot of power, but the fact that it doesn't have gains is what totally screws it up for me.
Now it's a factory radio.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like, it's just supposed to work.
Maybe treble, bass, and all that stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like,
zero.
It's who builds an amp doesn't put a gain on it?
Pioneer.
Yes, exactly. It doesn't make any sense.
All right.
Can I run an Amp Pro for a 2020 Jeep Gladiator and a Rockford DSR-1 together? You can, but there's no reason to because all you have to do is get the harness for the DSR-1 and it's an Amp Pro built in. But yes, you could. But like the DSR-1, you just buy the CH2, 3, or 4 cable and you're done. And if it's not a premium sound system, then you just buy the the DFO CH3, DCH3 on the non-amplified systems, and you get to do the same thing as an Amp Pro. So you don't need to have the factory. Like Amp Pros are cool because they were the first ones, and then we just said, hey, they're doing this. Really? So now iData has it. So you can run a DSR on a non-premium system as well. It'll reflash the radio and give you the 4-volt non-variable voltage output in the DSR-1. But to answer your original question, yes, you could do it, but why?
All right, so regarding about the Centos 6.5, they sound fine. They're really nice speakers, so they're good. Where's the other one?
MECP had had more to do with electrical theory than specs for car audio. A lot of it in the first couple chapters are that way. That's about as far as I've gotten into it. I've gotten about halfway through the book, and then I gotta edit a video. Plus, it's mind-numbing. I would rather keep everything the same brand, you know. I don't know. No. I'm not a brand guy like that.
What do you mean?
Well, okay, no, we're not going to pick on you. I'm just going to mention. Okay, so I would like the guy that says I want to keep everything the same brand.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. Okay? Because it doesn't make any sense. Like, audio control makes amplifiers. All right? That's all they make. They don't make speakers. They don't make subs. They don't make radios. Okay? They make amplifiers. Rockford Fosgate doesn't make radios. JL Audio doesn't make radios for cars. Kicker, there again, doesn't make radios. All right? Doesn't really make DSP. Kicker doesn't have a DSP. Rockford has the DSR1 and the 360 thing that, like,
Okay, the only reason I see that is because back in the day when you're like, and I was just crawling around my living room, people have Alpine radios, Alpine amplifiers, and Alpine speakers.
No, people had Alpine radios, precision power amplifiers. And
yeah, but I see a lot of pictures that people have so many Alpine stuff, or many Rockford stuff, but Orion stuff.
I got that, but there again, Orion didn't make a radio, so
no.
Had a,
but radios has always been an option. But other than that, it's like amplifiers, speakers, subs.
So what you're trying to say is you could never own a full cow speaker?
No. But everything changed.
MB Court, which was MB Courts and Boston Acoustics, were two of the most popular speakers back in the day, and all they made was speakers.
Okay, listen, I was not back in the day doing nothing.
I'm just saying, you're trying to throw back in the day.
I'm just telling
Rockford
you that
radios probably fail. They were made by Delphi.
That's probably people like, I want to keep everything in the same brand, but now everything changed.
I know, Anthony. Like I said, we're not picking on that topic. So it's just one of those things. We actually legit have people that come in and like, I want everything to match, and it's like, you're totally limiting your performance value.
Oh, totally.
I don't understand that. It's like,
we can put a bigger amplifier
or a better amplifier,
power, and these speakers that we sound amazing.
I mean, if I have to have one brand, one brand that I like, you're like. Yeah. So basically, you're gonna have to pick a Japanese brand, okay? Because if you want start soup to nuts,
Japanese brand. No.
Well, no, because I'm saying if you want the curtains to match the drapes, okay, then you got Kenwood, Alpine, Pioneer, JVC, Sony, and that's really it. Clarion doesn't exist anymore, and but I'm buying Kenwood. I'm gonna do a full Kenwood Excellence system, which I've done in the past several times, because they have an excellent employee purchase program. So
Oh, look at that! Like Sony. Sony right now is gonna come out with good speakers. It has a really nice radio.
I would still do an excellent system.
Totally.
Because it's what I know. It's not that either one is better than the other. It's just
thank you, Brian Miles, for the 5, man.
It's okay, man.
Jonah Cruz, thank you for the 15, buddy.
Every time I look at the big bottle of Voss,
I
always go,
yes. That's X-Man.
Still haven't drunk it. Hold on. Hang on. There you go, right here.
I love Manzanita Soul, brother.
There you go. There it is right there. It's still full. This is break in case of emergency.
I buy the 2 liters. It's the best.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I forgot. And I still have...
You're dropping everything.
I still have the small box, too.
Yeah. I have mine.
Yeah.
I have mine over there in the corner.
Curtains and drapes.
That's right. All right.
I'm editing my first drone flight. Awesome. Make sure, where are you going to put it? That's all I want to know, and I want to watch it. I love watching drone flights because...
Don't crash the drone, man.
Well, I love watching them because then I always think for that 5 minutes of, man, we should get a drone. And then I go, man, we don't need a drone. Because what'll happen is it'll come in through the back door and crash into the car.
No. My idea, it's
I know what your idea is.
Put the drone under the car and come out.
They are structuring the internet training for Best Buy Auto Techs and moving to an internal certification. I think I will still end up getting the certs through MESP as well. I have my basic cert now. Oh, wow, that's cool. I mean, he's got to make money on it. He paid for that stuff, so...
Yep.
Voss is a nice place. I don't know about now, but Ford used to own a stake in AC Delco. Correct. I don't know if they do now too, but the story goes when Rockford bought the radios and had AC Delco there at the Consumer Electronics Show, they didn't know anything about the radio, so they just literally had the poor AC Delco guy there to answer all the technical questions, and like he just didn't know what the hell was going on.
All right, if you use so much Milwaukee, how come not the M12 Lightsaber Light 2125? Why? Because we buy these lights over there. Yeah, over there. Those
Sabers.
Long time ago.
What's the problem now?
No, like why we not buy the Milwaukee? Because Milwaukee now they make this. Remember?
Oh yeah. Plus they work off a battery. The Milwaukees you plug into a battery.
I mean, at some point, maybe.
No, they work off a battery. Because those had batteries too, and they sucked.
Yeah.
You know, dude, these things stay in the car for 9 hours a day.
Yeah.
All day long. 9 hours, man.
Every day.
I don't need to be flopping batteries around. Screw that. That's why we put up with the ugly cable in the first place. Because trust me, if I could get one that would last 9 hours, I would buy it. Because those power cables, I trip over those things all the time. I just want to.
All right.
Oh, GGI Air 2S, nice.
In my 2021 Silverado, I believe has a 6x9s in the door and a 2.5s in the dash. If I switch the components, will you recommend 6x9 or a 6.5 component? What about the tweeter replacement?
So depending on, so the 6x9 components are pretty nice nowadays. So if you're in that, let's say, $300 to $400 price range for a nice set of 6x9 components, there are quite a few to choose from that sound really nice. Obviously, at the beginning point of that is the Kenwood Exelon 6x9 with 2.5 component set. Sounds really nice in those. We do those. Focal has the integration series for that comes with the 6x9 and a tweeter. Morel has the Tempo Ultra 6x9 component. Badass. Big Morel tweeter up in the dash that just puts out a ton of sound. Do you think the Morel would fit in a Chevy though? I mean, it'd be probably. It's not like it's a Dodge. Yeah, there's room in there. Yeah. The Morel would be wonderful. Like I would totally do that one.
Oh yeah.
There was something here I wanted to answer. But
all right,
anyways,
hang on.
That's it. Yeah.
Can I run an Ampro for a 2020 Jeep Gladiator and a Rockford DSi?
Yeah, we covered that. We got that.
All right.
Yeah, we
got
that. I know what it was. The Toshlink cables. What do we use? Do we use Stinger? Do we have a better one? When it comes to Stinger Toshlink cables, if you're using a short one, 3-footer or the 6-footer, yeah, Stingers are wonderful. When you have to do the longer run from front of the car to the back of the car, no, I don't like theirs. The problem with going from the front of the car to the back of the car is it's a light tube and it doesn't like to be bent. And theirs is kind of thin, so I buy a off of Amazon. I have a much thicker cable like this. This isn't anything special. This is just a TalkLink digital cable. Cable Matters is the brand on this one. But I like the bigger cable like this because it's gonna fight me when I try to turn it. And trust me when I say it is easy to screw that cable up. We learned the hard way, naturally, like everyone else. So that's why we switched to a thicker cable from front to back. Short runs, perfect. But keep in mind, circles, big circles. Don't pinch it. Don't zip tie it. Don't zip tie it for the love of God. I know, right? Don't zip tie it. But yes, you have to be very careful with them.
The Ground Zero RCAs are really good. They came out with new ones. So.
Well, that's the
the 4.
The 4.4s.
Yeah. All right, Connor. Thank you for the 50, man. Thank you.
Cool.
Connor.
Yes.
What will be a high quality speaker sub combo that it's like Mercedes level, not Lambo or Bugatti? Just a high quality, powerful.
Set of speakers?
212 subs.
Oh. I mean, Rockford. You know.
So the only question I have is like, we're trying to replace for a factory location, right?
Of a subwoofer?
Of a subwoofer. I don't know what kind of car you have.
Okay, the problem when trying to replace a factory subwoofer typically sucks.
So if we talk about like Mercedes level or the Lambo or something like that,
you'd put a new woofer in. You'd pull and put a whole new enclosure in.
Yes, definitely.
You're not getting that factory enclosure. Anytime you put a sub in a factory enclosure and leave it alone, you're just doing that because the factory subwoofer is blown. You're not going to get much more out of it.
No.
If you're looking for something to do that, Pioneer has their 8-inch. And then JBL also has a really nice factory replacement woofer that's like a screw, so you can get the right height on it. That's kind of neat. But
also, like what car? You don't know
how
many
know.
depth
and I can tell you if it's a Jeep and you got that sub in the back, no, nothing's gonna sound good.
But definitely, I mean, that would be just that. What car do you have, Connor?
Why would I want to sell the boring life inside jag?
You want to what?
Just sell the boring life inside jag.
Can you sell it?
I mean, I don't want to sell them.
Sell it.
It's kind of the only thing I get to do. Like, it's the fun part. You can't phase a line on passive.
You can phase what?
It says you can't phase the line on passive.
Huh.
I guess not.
All right, so you have a Honda Civic.
Oh, that little silly woofer in the back deck?
If that's a factory subwoofer, I would definitely get rid of the factory location and buy.
Dude, you could put one down-firing Comp RT in the back on the floor, keep all your trunk space, and just have like 100 times more bass.
L7T, that would be the.
Well, I'm just saying you could do the factory box of the kicker, the Comp RT, down-firing back there. Keep the whole trunk.
I have 2 kicker subs. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I mean. You know, you have so many options. Like for me, I like this. If we're looking for like a shallow mount that you want to keep space and everything, a T1 shallow from Rockford. If you're not, you can go with the T1 regular subwoofer. Awesome speakers. If you have already the kickers, it's like
power.
Really awesome.
Get power.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Holy crap. Could you believe it? We're there. We've managed to get through this whole thing.
All right, before we go, Jeff is the last one. Thank you for the 5, man. For vehicles where a head unit can actually be replaced, do you still recommend it? Or will be easy and quality of the kicker key go to the route? So, all right.
It just depends on the dash kit and how pretty the dash kit is, and also the features you're looking for. If you have an older car that doesn't have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, obviously you want to upgrade it. If wireless Android Auto or Apple CarPlay is appealing to you, which to me it is, it's awesome, it's the best thing in the world, I really miss it, then definitely upgrade the radio. If you're trying to build something where sound quality is the most important thing, then obviously replace the radio. If you're just looking to improve the sound, make it louder, and add a set of front speakers to the car just to sound overall better, then the kicker key is a wonderful option. I think we've done 3 of those basic front stage upgrades like in the last week and a half.
Now the only thing I'm going to say is that if you have a premium sound system, that's going to be a problem. There's going to be a change.
Non-premium only. Kicker keys are for non-premium only. All right, guys, can you believe it? We made it to the end. Oh my gosh. Let's head over to the laptop. DNF Tool Drawer is a place you can find all the cool tools that we use. That's right, DNF Tool Drawer. If you scroll down on the page, I gotta grab the right mouse. You can find links to things that we use, as well as if you head over to Teespring, teespring.com/store/5star, you can find all the cool 5-star swag, shirts, hoodies, jackets, fun stuff like that. And then, of course, if you're interested in more content, like you don't get enough content, like we don't fulfill your weekly needs of fun and excitement, make sure you head over to Hi-Fi Vegas channel Thursday nights live. That's 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. He and I do Reverse Polarity, which is a talk about car audio and stuff like that. And then if you really want to, stick around at 9:45 for Side Jag, a guy's perspective on movies and lives. That's a channel on its own, Side Jag, so make sure you go over to YouTube and subscribe to Side Jag. This week's, we're going to have special guest Froze House, who's on here all the time, Jason from Stereo Kings, and we are going to talk about Foot Fist Way. It's the movie we reviewed. Last week we had Hi-Fi Vegas' son on. Didn't do it this week because his same son actually graduated this week, so congratulations to him for making it through the high school. And then if you are really bored and you just want to see more of me and my daughter Haley, you can watch The Boring Life of Dean and Haley, The Adventures of a Father and a Daughter.
Yeah.
And find out why you should put milk in macaroni and cheese. And I'll just leave it at that. All right, guys. It's been fun. It's Saturday night. I guess that makes it all right. If you're going to go out tonight and do silly things, because, hey, in a lot of places you can run face naked. Oh, really? Yeah. Just running crazy, letting all the cheeks hang out and going having fun. If you're going to do that, make sure you put your mask back on, hop in the back of an Uber and a Lyft, and get a ride home so you can be back here Monday at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time over on the Facebooks. We have the longest running 12-volt car audio talk show happening there again every Monday night, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, except the following Monday night, which will be a holiday, and we'll be off, of course. So, damn. But,
all right, bye.
Yeah, exactly. You guys have a wonderful time. See you later.
See you, guys.
Wait, hit your button.